Ed Robertson, hoping you're enjoying this encore presentation of TV Confidential. We'll be back with a brand new edition of the program next week.
Hello, this is Morgan Woodward, and you're listening to TV Confidential.
Say, did you ever hear about Holly Harwood? Well, it's a long, boring story. I'll cut it short for you.
JR, I'm not interested.
Oh, you will be. Now, I was friends with Holly. And, you know, like you and I were friends, remember? But then Bobby took an interest in her. He was having some problems with Pam at the time. And Holly was really more his type anyway. And she liked him. I mean, no fooling. She really did. But then one little thing came between them. You want to guess what that was?
I don't want to know.
Well, Bobby found out that I got there first. Into her bed, I mean. And he's got this old-fashioned notion about not sleeping with anybody I've slept with.
You son of a...
Now you want to talk about buying some stock.
Ed Robertson, along with guest Sheree J. Wilson, star of Dallas, Walker, Texas Ranger, Our Family Honor, the web series Pink, and other film and television productions. Sheree is also one of the producers and stars of Easy Rider, The Ride Back, a sequel and prequel to the 1969 classic that also features such iconic actors as Jeff Fahey from Lost, Michael Nouri from Damages and Flashdance, and Rance Howard, the father of film director and television icon Ron Howard. Easy Rider, The Ride Back is now available on DVD, wherever DVDs are sold. It's also available for video on demand on Amazon Prime Video. We're replaying our conversation with Sheree as part of our commemoration of the recent passing of Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris passed away Friday, March 20th at the age of 86. For more information on Sheree J. Wilson, including news on some of the many important causes that she supports, go to ShereeJWilson.com. We're talking about some of the motorcycle scenes between Phil and Jeff. And the great thing about the DVD is that it's available in widescreen format. So if you have a really large screen at home, it is really magnificent, the cinematography on the motorcycle rides alone.
Yes, Brian Latai, our director of photography, our DP, he's just brilliant. I mean, he did such a great job. I mean, under all the circumstances that we were, you know, it's a low-budget independent film, it looks so grand. And the music is incredible. Rick Fox did a fantastic job. And, I mean, I'm incredibly proud of it.
You should be. You should be, because you know in this day and age, when the fact that you were bold enough to make something to make a prequel with the name Easy Rider in it, you're going to hold yourself up to some reaction. But you did the name and you did the legacy proud.
Well, thank you. We friends, they call him the Million Mile Man. He's ridden 1 million miles on a motorcycle. And he actually rode from, I think, Wisconsin to Las Vegas when we were doing a sneak peek, just to get audience reactions, and so, you know, to finalize our edit. And when he went out and just sung our praises, it was like, okay, we're fine. If the Million Mile Man thinks that we have paid tribute to the original, I think we've done our job. Because yes, we have a responsibility to the core audience who love the original.
Let's see, we have at least one person in common, that being Michael Priest.
Michael Priest, he is he not the best? He is the funniest. He's got such a dry wit.
Yes.
And he is, I mean, we've just been playing together. I can't really call it work. We've been playing together for many years.
And see, that's the thing, and that's the approach I take with my program, because if you enjoy what you do,
right,
you
really can't call it work.
You cannot call it work. You cannot call it work, and that doesn't mean you can't. You can still
take it serious, yes.
Yeah, exactly, but still have fun, and that's the important thing, because life is too short.
Absolutely true. No, Michael directed every other episode of Dallas. Mm-hmm. And when I finally went down to Texas again to shoot Walker, Texas Ranger, they just, I'm sorry, the first few regimes of executive producers, I'm not naming any names.
Well, I know who you're talking about, because once upon a time I wrote for Columbia House, Sheree, and I helped. I was one of the people that helped put together. This is back before DVD. This is back when they still did the mail order VHS. So
sure.
And I was the person assigned to Walker, Texas Ranger, the video, the collector's edition thing that they rolled out. So I know a bit about the early years of Walker. So I know what you're talking about.
Well, they just didn't have a clue what they were doing, and they didn't have directors that knew what they were doing. These directors were used to, I don't know, little sitcoms, or they were used to shows that were very contained and very controlled on a stage, or this and that. They weren't used to 5-hour fight scenes outside and blowing up neighborhoods and, all the action that we have on our show. And I kept saying we were having 18-hour days, 16, 18-hour days almost consistently every day. Then we had a 21-hour day where our crew walked off. And they replaced it with another crew. It was just ridiculous. And I finally said to Chuck, you have to do something. You're the only one that can put your foot down, and you could put it down really hard.
Oh, yes, right. That's right.
Or put your foot up.
Yes.
Somebody in the head.
Yes.
These ridiculous hours we're working. I said, you can smarten up and hire Michael Priest. And, Michael's just one of these seasoned veteran directors that he's been through so much. I mean, one of the funniest stories, it wasn't funny at the time, I don't think, for a lot of the cast and crew, but he called, Rolla, and we were blowing up this little shack building, and he didn't call action yet, and special effects blew the building, so we weren't really rolling the cameras yet. He's like, it's supposed to be after I call action. He goes, okay, cut. Well, move the cameras over here. I mean, nothing phases Michael. I mean, he can handle anything, even when his location gets blown before the cameras are rolling. And so, no, I convinced Chuck that he needed to hire Michael Priest. Michael came down, and we had our first 10-hour day. We didn't even make our 12 hours. The crew got on their hands and knees, and they were bowing to him. And so, consequently, he shot every other episode of Walker, too. So we've been playing together for a long time, and it reminds me, I should call him about my residual checks for getting him all this work.
Well, I should think so, because it was not a coincidence, Sheree, that after, not long after Michael joined the show, that's when Walker really found its footing. And
well, it's true, because you have a pace and a style and a rhythm and a look, and it's true. We could do 2 units, going every day. Michael could, work so well with the second unit directors and all the action guys. I mean, he's been shooting action for, well, Dallas wasn't a lot of action, but
yeah, but Dallas is a different type of action.
Yeah, that's for sure. And he captured that as well.
Absolutely.
So he was just as instrumental in making the show a success as we all were.
Absolutely. And what I liked about you and Walker, because I watched you on Dallas, and I had a perception of you on Dallas, and then this is a totally different role for you. And it was, I would imagine it had to be fun, because you could go from being a ball-buster Marcia Clark type of attorney to the damsel in distress. Oh,
my gosh. I mean, I don't know who got rescued more, Penelope or me, who's being tied to the railroad track.
Yes.
It's like one day I'm being chased by a bear. I'm landing a 747.
Mm-hmm.
I'm rappelling down, rocks. I'm in court just terrorizing somebody in court as a lawyer. And then I get to be the femme, damsel in distress where Walker has to save me. It was a blast.
It had to be a blast because, I know Walker was set modern day, but it was basically a cowboy movie.
Oh, it totally is the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the original, it's back to good old-fashioned Western cowboys. I mean, it's true. I mean, we had great morals and values to all of our stories. It's like the good guys always win.
Mm-hmm.
Bad guys always got consequences. You would get kicked in the head for having a gun in the first place. And so, no, it was just a smile the entire time.
Yeah, and Chuck's hat never fell off. No matter how high he kicked, his hat never fell off.
Heavens, no. Can't destroy the look.
Absolutely.
Of the Ranger.
Absolutely. We're talking to Sheree J. Wilson, April Stevens on Dallas, Alex Cahill on Walker, Texas Ranger, and one of the producers and stars of Easy Rider, The Ride Back. Our conversation with Sheree originally aired in September 2013. We are replaying it this week to commemorate the passing of Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris passed away Friday, March 20th at the age of 86. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Ed Robertson thanking you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. If you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss our next episode.
Hi, this is Charlene Tilton. You are listening to TV Confidential.
We mentioned some of the causes that you have been involved with throughout your career. I understand that there's a connection between Easy Rider, The Ride Back, and one of your personal causes, the Trail of Tears.
Yes, indeed. The Trail of Tears is just one of the most epic and remarkable commemorative rides. And it's really a slice of our American history that I never knew about until I went to the Trail of Tears for the first time. It's not a very glamorous or very positive part of our history, but it's when all the Native Americans were forced out of their homes and marched, and they call it the Trail of Tears because the soldiers were putting smallpox and diseases in the papooses, and so all the mothers and children were dying along this trail as they marched the Native Americans into their reservations. Mm-hmm. And so this is a commemorative ride, and it started out small and has grown. There are 150,000 motorcycles that ride. I mean, it starts in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and you can just, we did a documentary on it. Mm-hmm. And we shot a documentary on it because it was just so powerful. And it's just to not forget, And in the helicopter shots, you just see these motorcycles go on for miles and miles. And I mean, there's a lot of history. There's a lot of, when you land MacArthur Park and at the end, and in Alabama, it's a beautiful, beautiful tribute to our ancestry, to the Native American Indians, and just it's a lot of history and a lot of great music by the time you land, and just good fun.
And you can find out about the Trail of Tears documentary that Sheree just mentioned by going to Sheree's website, ShereeJWilson.com, ShereeJWilson.com. Let's see, you mentioned music. Going back to some of the authentic elements of Easy Rider, The Ride Back. You guys managed to get a song by Stephen Stills that I understand was intended for the original 1969 movie. How'd you pull that off?
You know, ironically, our music producer and one of Phil's best friends, Rick Fox and Victoria Fox. Rick Fox used to tour with David Bowie. Mm-hmm. He's an incredible musician, incredible composer, singer, songwriter, and they're friends. And he was literally, Stephen Stills was walking down across the street outside of Fox Sound Studios in Cincinnati, and Rick goes, "Stephen?" He goes, "Rick?" And he goes, "What are you doing?" They hadn't seen each other in years, years. And he said, "I'm actually, I'm putting the music to Easy Rider, the ride back." He goes, "What?" He said, "Yeah, come on up." So he went up to the studio, and sure enough, that's how just coincidence and timing and friendships throughout the years pay off. We have all that benefit.
A television writer friend of mine, Sheree, said that the entertainment industry, I mean, there's a perception that the entertainment industry is built on networking, but it's not so. But he said, my writer friend said, it's not networking, it's friendships.
It's friendships. And it's, you know, it's so wonderful that we are, and I've been blessed to meet so many wonderful and talented people in front of the camera, behind the camera, and in every aspect of movie making, television magic, theater, and you become so close. You know, you become family on these projects because you're thrown into these wild circumstances. This is your brother. This is your husband. This is your best friend. This is your dad. And you find the qualities in that, in your character and in those other people that make those relationships really true. And so there is a really unique bond when you work with somebody closely on a project, and it never goes away. And so then when you get to rekindle, like go play again with somebody, you know, that you've worked with in the past, it's just about like a big group of old friends just teaming up in different times and different circumstances.
We're talking to Sheree J. Wilson, April Stevens on Dallas, Alex Cahill on Walker, Texas Ranger, and one of the producers and stars of Easy Rider, The Ride Back. Our conversation with Sheree originally aired in September 2013. We are replaying it this week to commemorate the passing of Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris passed away Friday, March 20th at the age of 86. We'll take a quick time out. We'll play the final part of our conversation with Sheree J. Wilson when we come back here on TV Confidential.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-908-7197. 800-908-7197. 800-908-7197. That's 800-908-7197.